Welcome to the AD2L Season 5. We have game number 3 of Here Comes the Cobra up against Gods of War. How's it going, buddy?
It's going good. I'm excited for this third game.
Yeah. So, interesting. Gods of War, they're really prioritizing that Jakiro pick, and I think it's a really good call. I also really like their bans as well this time. Again, Here Comes the Cobra, banned out the Silencer as well. I think both teams adapting to the series well.
No, I agree. The Tide Undying takes away a whole bunch of their team fight.
Yeah, the Ogre Magi is a safe pick for Here Comes Cobra. It's worked well for them. Worked okay for them last game. Unfortunately, they kind of lost in the team fights a little bit. I think, and I'm not saying who was it on Magnus? Shonix? Was it Shonix?
It was.
I'm not saying he played poorly, but he didn't have enough to win them the fights early. If that makes sense, like it wasn't. It was just the way where they had to put him in the lane. I think it was, and I think that comes down to good picks from Gods of War, forcing Here Comes Cobra to put up some strange lanes and stuff like that. So also the Shadow Fiend pick was I think a little bit greedy. They thought that game was maybe after the first one they were a little overconfident, thought that it might have been in the bag.
Yeah, they played well and they had an advantage early, and I mean, they just I wouldn't even say they squandered it. It's just they continued into fights and they lost, and then they didn't really adapt to the fact that it was an even fight.
Yeah, Jakiro hit some really stellar ice paths, both in that Roche fight and in the open jungle. And then the Silencer, like, Gods of War had a lot more team fight. Lycanthrope is pretty good in a team fight. He can run around and get a lot of get hits off and kind of avoid damage and stuff like that. And then the Viper was able to get Viper Strikes going out and whatnot as well. But enough about that last game. Going to quickly run through all the bans and picks that have gone out so far. Here Comes the Cobra banned Void, Silencer, PA, and Sven again. And then Gods of War banned Tidehunter, Magnus, and Undying, as well as Nature's Prophet. The picks coming out were Ogre Magi, Jakiro, Centaur, Ancient Apparition, and now Death Prophet, Necrophos. So some undead people getting picked up. Thoughts?
Corpse Party. I love watching AA games. The Ice Blasters just add such a dynamic to the game. The whole global presence of it. I like it a lot. Adds for a really interesting game. They have a ton of push on Gods of War early now. I mean, by the time your Jakiro has max skill with the fire and
Liquid Fire. Best caster EU.
I'm tired. I've been up since 5, and then about that time, Death Prophet will be hitting level 11. She'll have max witchcraft and
exorcism.
No, her passive that adds more ghosts.
Yeah, but I mean, level 2 exorcism goes from 4 to 12.
Yeah, and then plus the extra 4 from witchcraft. And I figured by level
6?
11 they would know.
Radiance ban.
You can't see it, but I'm just shaking my head.
That's okay.
Elder Titan, I like it.
Elder Titan and Earthshaker picked up, so both teams thinking they need the power of stone on their side, or the earth, as it were. I don't know. That was a bit of a stretch, but I really like the Earthshaker pick. I think he's really good. Like, even just as a defensive support or an offensive support, if he can get a good fissure. Ooh.
Hello.
Heyo. And then Elder Titan, I think is always. I like Elder Titan. I don't think he's. Excuse me. Sorry. I don't think he's played enough for how good he is.
I think it's because his usefulness is misleading.
Yeah, people don't think he can be effective as he is. They look at him and they're like, "Oh, he doesn't hit very hard. His debuff is such a small range. His Echo Stomp isn't a true control. Like, he wakes you up and stuff like that." But
yeah.
The amount of damage that you can do with Natural Order stacked on top of things, and I mean, look at the lineup. That's Natural Order on top of Reaper Scythe. Oh, that's dirty. I like it. But that's on top of Reaper Scythe, AA Blast, Ogre's Burst in all its forms, and now an Ember Spirit. So what you're going to have is, you're going to have an Elder Titan Spirit wandering around, putting that 100% base armor reduction debuff once it's maxed on people, and then a Sleight of Fist coming through, and it's going to suck.
Yep. And I mean, Astral Spirit is a lot of harass.
Yeah, for sure.
And it makes last hitting easier for him. I just think it's a great pick. Back to the Earthshaker. Walking Fissure's great. I think it's a great hero.
Walking Fissure. That 5-roll Earthshaker. But
yeah.
Quickly, I'm going to introduce the Radiant. For Gods of War, we've got Meridian playing the Earthshaker, or Walking Fissure. Stormtrooper is going to be handling the Centaur. Siege is on that Death Prophet. R2-D2 playing the Jakiro. And last, but certainly not least, Deviox on his team and playing that Medusa. And he's a little fat and missed the smoke ink that's coming out. So if you want to quickly run through the Dire.
The Ogre is going to be played by Robbins OQ. The AA is going to be played by Shonix. KC, best Dota player in all of Kentucky, is going to play the Ember Spirit. Whereas Elder Titan is going to be played by Puss Wuss Bang Gang. I say it better than Ben does. And the Necrophos is going to be played by Loose Puss.
Please respect the brand. Wolf Dota. Follow me at Twitter.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm really not. You're right.
And so this early smoke gank, look where they ended up. They want to kill this Necrolite. They figured he's a problem last time, and they're gonna want to make something aggressive happen.
Fuck you, Necrolite.
That's what this smoke says to this.
We'll see if it works out for them, though. The F is gonna be gone before you finish the C. Okay. Okay.
Wait, are they not gonna go for it? Come on! Okay, there it is. Fissure. Oh, he's dead.
Block.
He's only got one way to go. Ice Path, unfortunately, doesn't clip him, but he's walking backwards. That's Stomp, though. Loose Puss, I think a little bit of panic. Yep.
I'm panicking!
Yeah. That's scary, though. You know what? I think that's worth it. I don't.
A lot of XP though, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to get the kill in the Necrophos, but he misses a wave. You know, his bounty is worth very little at that point, especially
Well, who got the actual first blood? Jakiro got it. Jakiro.
So, they miss. Everybody on the team misses a wave and a bit of XP, and I don't think it's devastating for the team.
No,
really.
I don't think HCC is going to be too hard pressed to come back from this. I think it's going to be all right. That said, Meridian's in a bad place. Nice Ice Pass going to come through as well as a Fissure. Robinson Q is taking some pew-pews from the Medusa there. And another aggressive lane coming from HCC.
Yeah, if you even look at it, the Necrophos, he gets killed first, comes back, is 5-3 to the Death Prophet's double zeros.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Siege.
It did so little for them. I mean, yeah, they got a kill on him, but impact very small.
Yeah, bottom lane is I think going to be aggressive. One thing I'm not sure on the interaction of is between Chilling Touch and Sleight of Fist. Looks like a Robinson Q is having some problems. Some lag coming out. See who it is. Ping. Oh, Loose Puss has 1300 ping according to the console. That's rough. And he's actually DC'd because of it. I'm not surprised. That's very unfortunate. So hopefully he'll catch up.
Wolf, you should totally mod me on Twitch.
Mod you on Twitch. I will. We'll do that.
Best day.
We don't have time right now.
Guys, I'm an official Twitch mod now, so
y'all
better watch yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I promise I won't let the power go to my head completely. 100% power's going to my head right now.
It looks like he's all good to go. That's good stuff. Not too bad. So I think Stormtrooper will have a much better time up in this lane against the Elder Titan than he did last time on the Tide, and he didn't even do that poorly against the Tide. But I think he'll be okay now. Because I mean, once he gets hit by the Spirit, which is just gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't think they can solo kill him. That said, AA. R2-D2. I think he went a little deep. Chains miss, but the Flame Guard's gonna be enough. And Deviox is actually gonna drop as well. No Fissure. It was on cooldown, and he was out of mana. So they dive a little deep for an AA, and they end up paying for it, giving away 2 kills.
I'm glad they got the kill. It was unfortunate Ember Spirit couldn't have got it. But...
Yeah. Oftentimes, though, I think getting early kills on the supports can often be better because they're gonna do more with that little bit more gold than the core would. Because all the core is gonna do with it is he's just gonna keep farming. But the supports, they're gonna be able to get things like wards, smokes, and then like finish off things like get their boots, which is very important for them, so they can actually rotate and be more effective. And as I mentioned, that we see a smoke coming out. AA and Ogre are rotating to the mid lane. Siege level 4.
I think it's smart for them to rotate right now because they don't have to really worry about Ember Spirit because Earthshaker is kind of completely worthless right now. He's gonna have a fissure pretty soon, but
best smoke tank ever. Robinson Q is just gonna tank tower shots for days and the Crypt Swarm. And you know what though? He's gonna tango up and he probably doesn't even give a fuck.
Yeah. And he just messed with the Death Prophet and, you know, made even a little bit more room for the Necrophos, who's still majorly ahead of Death Prophet.
And they're going to be able to do some damage to this tower. It's going to lose probably 300 health, maybe 4.
Yeah.
We'll see how many shots the catapult gets in, but we'll come back to that in a little bit. As far as last hits go, Necrophos is leading it. Then it's Puss Whisk Bang Gang.
You can do it.
It's so weird to say it that way. It's so weird to say it that direction. I don't know.
You could just call him PW.
Yeah. Puss. Either way. On the Elder Titan is doing very well for himself. He's at 13, and then the Ember Spirit in the offlane. KC, apparently best player in Kentucky.
Yeah. We're gonna ride that
the whole time.
Yeah.
He's up to 14. So, you know what I would like to point out though is Gods of War as a whole, they're doing a lot better this time in their lanes as far as keeping pace. They're not ahead in any of their lanes, but they're also only down like 2 or 3 CS in every lane.
Oh, Ben. Oh, Death Prophet just ruined it.
What?
From Medusa up to Necrophos, it was 10 up to 15. Perfect.
Really?
Yeah, and then Death Prophet went and like got a last hit, ruined the aesthetic.
You should have taken a screenshot. I'll have to go back and find it in the replay. And then all the support sitting at 0 except for 1 deny a piece per support.
Yeah.
That's how you know that's how you can differentiate the 4-roll support from the 5-roll is that deny.
Yeah. It's true.
But
it's hard to say who's better at the 4, Ogre
or...
I
think this is going to be a sad Earthshaker. Yeah, that's going to proc. Chains, there it is. One more chop. KC able to capitalize. He gets up on the board now. He's actually he got 2 kills now. He had a kill before, Brad. He must have got one of them.
I was watching it, weren't you?
No, not just now. I mean, like before, and the 2 kills that went down, he must have got one of them.
Oh, okay.
That's all right. Or maybe that was... Yeah, because he got the Medusa, I think. Snake. Oh, unfortunately, it doesn't bounce to either hero.
No mana for you.
Yeah, if it had one more bounce, that would have done a lot of damage to one of them.
It's true.
But, Centaur is doing fairly well. He's got 500 gold in the bank on top of his Tranks. He is level 6. And Elder Titan as well, level 6. He's going... Oh, for a second I thought he was going Vlad's. I was like, what? But yeah, it's just his Soul Ring. He's got his Tranks as well. And I think once he gets his Soul Ring, it's going to get pretty sad for the Centaur up there.
Yeah.
Death Prophet.
Medusa's not doing... Okay, I'm going to rephrase that. Medusa's not really doing that great. I was going to say she wasn't doing horrible, but she is pretty far behind, sitting at the bottom of the cores.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense that the aggressive try she's up against is kind of a shit show.
She does have a kill against her as well, and I say, like... This aggressive tri-lane doesn't need to be getting kills constantly. Their job is to secure Ember Spirit some farm, which they've done. They've done quite well, and then deny Medusa farm. They don't need to just sit on her and kill her the whole time. They just need to sit on her long enough that their cores can get a bit of a lead, and then they can start being aggressive and pushing on towers and stuff. Which they're gonna get the mechanism up on Necrolite, and they're just gonna sit on towers. Death Prophet is over here though. Nice Fissure comes out. That's actually gonna block 2 of them off. Exorcism is popped, but I'm not sure how much damage it's gonna do. Actually, it's gonna be enough. 2 down. Siege with a double kill.
Hello. That's really good for her.
That was
and then she's gonna get some farm in too.
Yeah. What a player. Eternal Envy would be proud.
Yeah.
I'd like Meridian though. That fissure blocked off both of them. It went right here like this, and The Ember Spirit was caught just at the edge of it, like
Yeah.
a little bit left, and he would have been pushed to the other side. So really nice
He is
rotation
a
there.
playmaker. I am very impressed. Every game I've seen him play in, he has made some really big impacts.
Looks like more lag coming out.
Yeah.
And we have a Necrophos DC. Quickly, I'm gonna take a look. Do we have any cool effigies? Oh, we have another Rubik. We have a Rubik one. That's all right. I don't know. I've seen that animation. It's kind of fun.
Ogre top, boring.
Is he? Ogre top? I don't see Ogre top. Like, Dire?
Radiant, dire.
Basically the same thing.
The topmost effigy.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Happy Shrek, with 2 heads.
Happy Shrek. I didn't look at what was tagged on the other one. I'll have to go back and check. Any others?
Doesn't look like it.
No. When did these buildings back here get so awesome, though? Do you see them?
Yeah, they're large and in charge.
Building. Building.
Yeah.
Everybody hands go up from Meridian. That's fun.
Yeah. And they stay there.
Yeah. He's just trying to guess just a sec. Sorry.
God.
So Loose Puss is leading the charts as far as farm goes. He is not top of net worth. Death Prophet with the double kill is ahead, but he's got more CS, so I think Death Prophet is going to be very happy with that. And that's going to really supplement what he was missing in lane, getting that kill off. Because, I mean, level 1 Exorcism isn't that great for pushing the tower.
Yeah.
But up against an Earth Spirit with only 2 armor, and who was the other kill? Earth Spirit and AA.
Yeah.
That's like a lot. That's really solid damage coming out from even just that level 1 Exorcism. Interestingly enough, though,
agree.
no points, only 1 point in Witchcraft.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, just on the Crypt Swarm spam.
That was tough.
Yeah. I had a lisp growing up.
I remember you mentioned
Yeah.
that.
It shows up when I'm drunk or tired. It's bad.
It's true. I like the value silence though, especially against going up against heroes like Necrophos and Ember Spirit.
Absolutely.
I think you need to get one of those early to prevent them from zipping away. Did you just like inhale your microphone? What was that? Brad?
So, anybody who's just tuning in, I would like to point out that the yellow ticks on the top of the screen are incorrect. It is actually 1 game apiece. So if you could go get yourself a yellow marker and just, color in that 1 box for HCC, that'd be great.
Sure. I'll just marker up my screen. I've got a highlighter right here. That's how this works, right?
Yep.
People can see when I draw on the screen?
Yep.
Yeah. Siege is going to find a double damage rune. He's got 1,400 gold as well. Loose Puss. Getting close to that Mac. Just the recipe away.
Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
Not a whole lot there. I'm interested to see which one of these solo laners will rotate first and which one will get more. Centaur's getting more out of the lane right now, I would say. He's a fair bit higher on the net worth, and he is a higher level.
And he's nearing that blink.
Double edge.
He was just getting CS. Oh,
he could actually, if he stampedes stampede double edge, you could get this kill.
Yeah, that's pretty ballsy with how low health he is, because he'd have to go under tower and tower shots.
Yeah, it'd be pretty close.
Okay, I'm looking at Ember Spirit, Elder Titan.
Jesus.
He had a salve, and I was saying he could run around the salve, but
Yeah.
There's so many heroes bottom. It just constantly looks like there's something going down, but there's just
passive farming in each other's face.
Yeah. Why
Best.
I kill these creeps?
Hey, Fireboy908 is giving a shout out to Meridian, so thanks for that. Also, thanks for tuning in. Brotherly love. Yeah.
Right when you said that, I was like talking up Meridian, how awesome he is. Because he was the one who was playing Enigma when we passed it.
Oh, that fissure though.
Unreal. See, I'm telling you, man, this guy, playmaker, because he was playing Jakiro last game, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, he was.
Yeah. So, playmaker.
I like that I give him heroes that can make plays, but don't require a whole lot.
Yep.
I think when you have a player who can do that, it's a very strong asset on a team. Somebody that can do a lot with nothing kind of thing. very much like the that 5-roll support, like No Tail or PPD kind of thing, where they can make a lot happen with very little. Or Puppy.
Necrophos with a haste is going tap. But no, nothing's going to come of it. He's head back middle.
Yeah, it looks like he just wants to farm up. He probably really wants to finish that mech off so they can start pressuring these towers. Because I think once they have a mech advantage, team fights will go their way very easily, especially with the Death Pulse coming out as well. The sustain is just unreal. So, Death Prophet is actually maxing silence over Witchcraft.
He wants to fight.
Yeah. I'll give him the benefit of a doubt. He's got a Soul Ring as well, which makes me think Bloodstone, which I'm also not too keen on, but
yeah, you feel like you want to maybe just get a Yules and push towers, but
yeah, like I think Phase Boots is okay, helps him out in lane a lot, and Death Prophet is all about the movement speed. Okay, so he's actually got another point in Witchcraft. Maybe Silence was a misclick, a bit of an unfortunate misclick. Not too sure. Maybe just thinks that 4 seconds is worth that extra point. Mystic Snakes, that's really frustrating to deal with.
Yep.
Lots of pings coming out over here. They think it's warded, but nothing over here. Again, these two, the endless 1v1 top.
1v1 me, bro.
Every other hero except for the Necrophos is bottom. Stun's actually going to come out of Meridian. He's going to get Fissure off, but it's going to be a little late. Nice Ice Blast to follow up. He gets off another stomp, but not quite enough. The Ogre's dropping very low, is going to go down. The Medusa ult was very good. Did freeze them. Froze the AA, sorry. Ember Spirit's going to be able to rotate away. Not quite sure where he went. And I think with this they can push a bit if they want. They've got just about a quarter of the Exorcism left, so they'll get some damage on the tower. Maybe not. Lucius has rotated in, has a mechanism on the way. The tower's going to take some damage, but not a whole lot.
What was making them think that they had wards in the Radiant jungle there? I mean, with all the sentries they put down.
You mean that? Well, those are dire. Oh, Necro ulti. Like, look at how fast that guy dropped underneath the natural order.
Yeah.
Dude, that was an insane amount of damage.
Oh, we have a rotation. The staple gun has moved.
He's ready to go pow pow. Unfortunately, he's very low on mana.
Yep.
And this is the sustained push that I was talking about before. He's probably going to pop his Death Pulse here, try and keep those creeps alive and whatnot. But they're just going to look at this. Look at the aggression, though. They're picking out mid. I really like this Gods of War. They look like they want to go push and trade rather than try and contest. And I think that's a good call. Because right now there's 5 heroes sitting here bottom. They're going to get the tower either way. If they can maybe get something off there, I think that's a good call. No TPs are up at the moment. Yeah, they don't have any TPs. They're going to have to walk their way out. The only one I think it was on Ancient Apparition, but it was on cooldown for another couple seconds. Yeah, they didn't get the tower. Jakiro didn't go with them, but... Or he was... I guess he died, so...
I don't think they would have got the tower anyway. It's basically full health and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something to be said, though, for getting some pressure on it. I like that they didn't try and contest that, though. We saw in the first game, they sat bottom at that tier 2 for a really long time, and in the end, they just kind of let it go. They didn't really make anything happen of it.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading Twitch chat.
Dire's top tower.
KC...
You know the drill. Dire's lost the top tower.
You know, and I like that from Centaur. Didn't rotate either, oddly. He's got his blink now at 14 minutes for probably 13:30. He got the tier 1 top. He's going to be level 11 here as well, so... he needs to start rotating soon. Ooh, that Ice Path. Unfortunately, I think R2-D2 is going to pay for that. The Elder Titan Stomp and the... Oh, that Reaper Scythe.
Be dead forever, homie.
Yeah, that's a 50-second respawn time on a poor support. That said, Death Prophet Siege is there. Earthsplitter's going to force him back, and Centaur is DC'd top. That's very unfortunate. He was running back to get a blink, it looks like, and then DC'd.
I get why they paused right away, but I would have waited. I mean, they're right in the middle of a team fight, and his...
Yeah, but with he can hit Stampede, though, is
That's
the problem.
True. That's very true.
So he can Stampede and they can run away. HCC, they seem like pretty cool guys. They're they understand how it goes. Sometimes the servers decide to take a dump on your face, and there's nothing you can do about it. That sounds sinister.
He
What do they even?
collects people, man. What's up with that?
CJ collects people. Yeah. So Deviox is here. He's got Stone Gaze on. Who's it gonna? It's already affecting the Elder Titan. It's actually already proccing on all of them. If they don't, I don't know. That's a 2-1-4. The rest of them are dead. The Centaur's top. I think they need to just back. I don't think they should go on this.
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting is, as I started playing with that stack in that preseason game for the CEVO tournament, when you're playing under a tournament lobby, you cannot move your camera or click on anything when the game is paused.
Huh.
At all. All you can do is ping on the map, like that, and that's it. As you can hear
cool.
Necrophos, I think, that doing it. And so they can't click, like right now, Medusa, unless he's clicked on the Elder Titan, cannot click on him, or can't click on anyone to see what their mana pools are or anything like that and stuff like that.
Cool.
So,
You have to
interesting
listen to that whooshing sound the whole time too.
Yeah, and it looks like both teams are going to back. The Stampede does come out. Crypt Swarm thrown out, but that's just a parting gift, as it were. And I'm not surprised. Stormtrooper does the right thing there, saves his team. Ends up not getting that. He has a Ring of Health now. Probably going for Pipe. I don't know. See.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Casey's farm not quite as fast as it was last game, but not horrible.
He's got a Claymore coming out to him on the Crow. He was put in a harder position to try and find farm in a tri-lane, and I mean he got some kills early, so that's good. But he's not snowballing quite as hard as he was before. But interestingly enough, he is going for the battlefield, which is unsurprising.
Yeah.
I like that Elder
Titan
Titan
farm
does a lot of damage. Yeah. I like that Elder Titan's maxing natural order. I've seen some ETs starting to actually go 1 or 2 points in natural order and maxing Echo Stomp. Interestingly enough.
Nope.
There's something to be said for getting that 3 points in Echo Stomp though, because it guarantees you that they'll be hit by Earth Splitter. Earth Splitter has a 3-second proc time, 3.14 actually. So I mean, with the 3-second one, you're pretty much guaranteed, but
yeah.
With the 4-second one, you are guaranteed. So
in what little Elder Titan I've played, I found that the Stomp, while useful, I didn't use it a ton, probably because I'm bad, and I used my Earth Splitter as a zoning spell.
Yeah.
Because if you put it at the back of a fight, they don't want to go onto it because they'll get messed up. So it's much like a fissure in that way.
Meanwhile, while that's happening, a bit of an engagement comes out top. Spells were used. Necrophos got caught out. He got stomped up by the Centaur and bursted down by Meridian Siege R2D2 Stormtrooper. AA Blast was nice, but in the end they were able to disengage. I believe they used the Stampede to disengage, so it wasn't a whole lot to commentate. It didn't break out into a huge engagement.
Yeah.
One thing that they changed about Echo Stomp before is it never used to deal damage. Now it deals 80, 90, 100, 110 damage, which is also magnified by the natural order. So it is a little better to get points in.
Yeah. Now, what do you suppose this Staff of Wizardry for Necrophos is going into?
4 staff or eggs, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be an Eidos as well. I don't know. Kind of an interesting choice. I think eggs would probably be the best call, but I know. I was reading Twitch chat as well. I don't understand how being twins has anything to do with your internet connection, but okay. Unless they're playing on the same line. I don't know.
Live together.
Or they could both be like in their
brothers.
20s and moved away.
You never know.
Maybe people aren't as old as we are.
Old, yes. We are so old, Ben.
So old. All of the age.
God.
You're actually old though.
Only in comparison to you.
Old fogey.
You keep using that word. I don't think you really understand what it means.
Whatever, you old fogey. Anyways, quickly getting back on track here. Looks like they're gonna go push in. KC actually just TP's in. This if they get a silence off, he's gonna back up. Mad rotation is coming in. Ogre's pinging it out like crazy. Ember Spirit's gonna slide through. He's got enough for his claymore, or sorry, his broadsword. AA blast is that's gonna connect on one. It's gonna hit siege. I think this tower is gonna draw. Oh, nice deny by KC. Good play there.
Yeah, and the zoning ice path ease
Make sure.
retreat.
Yeah, I think that's all right. They don't. The gold and experience, like if you look at it, it's the Death Prophet, Ember Spirit, Centaur, Necro, Medusa, ET. Like they're all very close and balanced.
Yeah.
So I don't think that getting the gold is necessary. Like obviously they didn't want it denied, but the map control is probably more important. Lots of pings coming out from both teams though. They know where Devionics is. Oh, and Jakiro I think is in a bad place. Medusa's actually going to go in. Ice Path onto 2. Ogre, Magi is rotating around. That's a really nice Ice Blast combo, though. R2-D2 is going to drop from this. He's going to tick out. And they didn't get in range for the Reaper Scythe on anyone, but I think that's alright. They'll have it if they decide to push somewhere else. Or can just invade the jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that this game has been the most even in the net worth. Like, you know, the respective roles are all pretty even all the way down the line.
Yeah, and if you look at the experience graph, is 1500 in favor of Gods of War, which is hardly anything, and then gold is like 400. It's like, eh.
And yeah, so I think that this could end up being a longer game. I think that they're going to play it a little bit
safer.
They're not really pushing like mad with the Death Prophet. Didn't go death, but pushing build really.
She did get that tower mid now though.
That's true. I haven't seen anybody really taking advantage of the early Jakiro. But I guess he's support, so he's going ice.
Slight forward onto 2 chains. Ember Spirit's gonna go in. AA Blast is gonna fall through. It's gonna land on Jakiro. Might be enough, but in the end, they're gonna get Stormtrooper. Earthshaker gets pulled down to the low ground. That's a little scary. R2-D2 is very low. Mystic Snake. Oh, that's just going back to restore some mana. Ember Spirit was caught on the wrong side there for a little bit. Meanwhile, Death Prophet is just pushing up the mid lane. No Exorcism for a while. Was used to take down the tier 1, but pushing well. And has a Bloodstone now, so some good sustain. And I mean, it's a tanky item, but I think you really need. Yeah, she does.
Didn't go mana boots.
No, but she's got 1700 gold.
I can read numbers.
Okay. I think honestly, Death Prophet really needs to pick up a Shiva's. Someone on this team needs to get a Vlad's. Like, you need armor up against this Elder Titan. They have no plus armor right now, except for the Bassi.
Yeah, and Medusa is not terribly tanky.
No, she gets everything from stats as well. She doesn't build straight plus items per se, like Assault Cuirass and things like that. So it could be like she's gonna have very little armor, which I mean, sure she has Spell Shield to help, but it's not gonna be enough. This Elder Titan.
She's got 10 armor. That's not.
Well, no, but
minuscule.
Elder Titan's got max natural order, so she's only got 3.
It's true.
Like,
he has to be pretty close though. If
there's a spirit on top of him.
Fair enough.
It's like, it's just tough to deal with, and like Jakiro and Death Prophet, they only have 3 and 4. Earthshaker's got 4. It's just Elder Titan, I think, is underutilized a lot. I like the hero.
R2-D2 and his twin brother are 17,
so
most likely live at home.
And haven't learnt to internet.
So therefore, I think that I am right all the time.
Okay.
That's the only conclusion I can draw from that.
Okay. Anyways, Ember Spirit, he's only 200 some gold away from his Battle Fury. He'll have it very shortly. And I think at that point it's going to start getting a little scary for Gods of War, because it's a 25-minute Battle Fury is not terrible in Ember Spirit, especially when you've got phase boots and drums on top of it.
Yeah.
I think that's all right. And his farm will accelerate significantly. Also, he's kind of bugged out in a really weird animation. Do you see this?
I'm looking.
Oh, it was when he was walking. He was holding his arms beside each other. Keep an eye on him when he pulls away from that camp. Lots of things coming out. They see the Medusa. Nice aggressive ward. See, Alex? Is he still doing it? Yeah, he is. Look at that.
A little strange.
Either
He
way,
has a really itchy foot, and he's using his sword to itch it.
yeah, to itch it.
Yeah, by stabbing it repeatedly. Smoke Gang moving on towards this Medusa bottom.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to find him. Elder Titan's gonna have to get a stomp. Ogre not in range for a stun though. Necrolight's here. Could use the ulti if he wants to. Actually going to, just to slow him down. Medusa pops the ulti though. Oh, not quite. Death Prophet goes...
Don't freeze.
Oh, Medusa's gonna be okay. And that's gonna be a dead loose puss.
Yeah.
Siege picks up... Death Prophet picks up a kill. Good rotation there. And they save their Medusa, get a kill. I think that's fine. Even though the Necro... Oh! The Fissure and the Stomp come out. They're going to get another kill.
That was a quality Fissure.
Nice. It was a nice Stomp as well. Also from Stormtrooper. So if they lose 2 for that. I think Gods of War is going to be very happy with the way that turned out. And HCC is going to be probably kicking themselves a little bit for diving all the way to here.
Yeah.
On a smoke gank.
Still an unbelievably close game. I mean, that swung the gold a little bit, but not in such a way as to make things scary for either side.
Yeah.
So I think it's just going to continue on kind of the same, making some trades, getting some farm. Necrophos is getting relatively close to his Ag's Scepter, which is a little scary for the tankier heroes.
Like, Centaur's gonna drop very quick now.
Death Prophet with all of her health too.
Yeah, and I mean the other thing too is that's also 33% like magic reduction lost. So she's gonna be taking like 12% additional magic damage. Or sorry, no, 33, 25, 8% additional magic damage.
And less armor because the Eldest Titan will be there.
Yes, natural order. I was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, Reaper Scythe is going to be dealing pure damage now, basically. What it works out to.
Ooh. Okay, so instead of going for a second Battle Fury right away, the Ember Spirit's going to go for some crit.
Is he getting a crit stick? Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I think getting a Chrysalis first is really good. Even if you go for another, just leave it at a Chrysalis. That chance for the extra damage is really good.
Yeah.
It helps you push really well too.
RNGesus.
Siege is going to be up here. He's going to be saying no to this, so not a lot happening as of yet.
Lincoln's on Medusa.
That's yeah, she's behind.
Yep.
I mean, that's a really good item. So she's going to be a fair bit tankier, and she'll have the sustain, whereas she wins the fight. She doesn't necessarily have to go back. But
it's a very large contrast to last game, in which I was looking at heroes and the amount of farm they had, and I was like, it feels like it's 35 minutes, but it was actually like 23. Whereas in this game, I look at items that people have, and it's like, yeah, this is probably like 22 minutes, where it's really 27.
Yeah. Earthshaker picked up a haste rune. He's got a blink dagger as well. No boots, just a blink dagger. That's a little risky. Ogre Magi. Oh, Ice Path is going to hit. Stomp did miss though. Ember Spirit went in. Unfortunately got stunned. He's going to drop. Echo Slam. Meridian picks up another kill. Off to the side. Looks like oh, he's going to be dead. Oh, and the Earth Splitter lands just in time to drop him low enough. That's Necrolight's Scepter.
Forever.
Yeah, he's down for 80 seconds. Death Prophet's still running away. That's a huge gold swing too, surprisingly. Like experience. A lot for both teams there. Death Prophet's going to be able to TP out. And I think they were pretty lucky that the Earth Splitter landed when it did. If it doesn't, I don't think they get that kill. Or at least they don't get a Reaper Scythe kill on it. Which is very good right now. It buys them a lot of time to push this tower. And bottom lane's pushing in.
It's quite the engagement. The only 8 out of 10 ultimates used.
Yeah. Oh, Death Prophet.
Nobody's holding nothing back.
No, and I think you're right when you mentioned that both teams are playing a lot safer this game. Oh, nice blink from the Earthshaker. It manages to avoid the initial blast. Medusa comes in, gets the freeze off on Elder Titan, but he's gonna survive it. Fairly tanky with the Pipe of Insight. Fissure is gonna land. Gets off the enchant totem stun, and Swiss is gonna drop. But that's gonna be it. They lose their Elder Titan, and then unfortunately they don't get the tower. So nice defense coming out for Gods of War. But Ember Spirit is split pushing mid. He's got most of that Chrysalis as well now. He's got a Remnant out. He zips all the way back mid. Ogre Magi not getting anywhere really. He's close to, he can get one component of his Ags, but not getting too close to it yet. R2D2, I think 5 roll on his team. Medusa's now got most of a Yasha, so getting somewhere.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like any game. If it goes long enough, Medusa should win, but Ember Spirit is kind of can be a bit of a wild card. If you group up a little bit too much, especially with the Elder Titan, it's really hard to gauge how much damage somebody's going to do on you.
Yeah. Yeah. And if he gets that Daedalus, if he wants to go Daedalus now, it can be really scary. The Sleight of Fist gets kind of hard to deal with.
Like Earthshaker would drop very quickly if there was a crit on him and then somebody nearby. And like things like that, it just gets very tough to deal with. Or even if it's just like they're all bunched up and big slight through it from a stomp comes through.
It also becomes really difficult to keep your lanes pushed for Gods of War, because Ember Spirit with his remnants, his mobility, he can keep the lanes pushed out incredibly easily, and you have all this pushing power, but you can't do anything with it after a team fight because the creeps are all at your base.
Yeah, and that was one advantage with the Ember Spirit too, is sorry, he can farm very safely with a remnant out.
Yeah.
Only the Death Prophet can really threaten him, because unless he dies instantly, and he's fairly tanky now. I mean, he's got 1100 health, so he's not going to drop instantly, unless it's like a big Echo or something. But it's going to be tough to deal with. Speaking of which, big Echoes, Sheenix, uh-oh. And Exorcism's popped, silence onto him, but doesn't look like anything else is going to happen. Stampede is up, but they're just going to pressure this tower. Glyph is popped, Ember Spirit is back, he's going to slide through. It's a lot of damage coming out onto Siege. He's going to get stomped. And unfortunately, AA drops first. The Earth Splitter is going to connect on 2, but it's just the supports off to the side. Ember Spirit slides through. The Pipe doing a lot of work here, keeping everybody up. Death Prophet's able to get away. She actually found a regen rune as her ulti ends. So they defend their tower. Go ahead.
That remnant is monstrous.
I think it got... I have no idea why that one is so large.
Bloodlust?
Maybe? Must have been. Casey is actually going to see the Jakiro, gets a slide off, no crit, and doesn't have chains are on cooldown. I think this might be a dead Jakiro though. Oh, not going to go.
Oh, he's going to be.
Oh.
The blast.
Oh, the creep block. Oh, creepy the creep. Ember Spirit's going to remnant forward, not going for the chains. Oh, misses them. They're going to back.
Running away like a hidey bitch. Which makes sense, because he wasn't going to be able to stay nearby. But, you know, you got to man mode that stuff. Go kill Ember Spirit by yourself.
AA is halfway to a Scepter. So he's getting somewhere. He should have it by about 50 minutes. That AA farmed, though.
By about 50 minutes. Gosh. I get why they give the Ogre farm priority. His Scepter being really good, but AA Scepter is just so good.
I wouldn't even say... Ogre's further from a Scepter than AA is.
Is he?
Oh, yeah. He doesn't even have the point booster yet.
Yeah, he does.
Where?
1,200 gold.
Yeah, but AA's got a point booster on him and 990 in his inventory or his bank.
It's true. Mad bank.
Mad bank. So, I think Deviox is getting close to that point where he can start. His farm's really going to accelerate. He's going to start getting points up in split shot now, so he can clear creeps. He's got a Yasha, so he's got some damage now as well as some attack speed, and the mobility is going to be good, as well as just sustain in general. But he's still got a long ways to go.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't talked about Meridian being awesome recently enough. So let's continue on with the Meridian appreciation benefit. Great person in general, just super awesome.
Yeah.
The quality of my casting is going down and down and down as we go further into the night.
Yeah, it is.
It's really bad.
Report abandoned. Jeez. So a little bit of fun coming out. Unfortunately, the servers are not being too kind to the players right now. Okay, so you've played some Earthshaker.
I have.
Rate Meridian set. The items.
See, the thing is, it's fine. It is fine, but his fissure is normal. Scrub tier.
Scrub tier.
You know, like, there's 2 different ones you can get. You know, you can get magma fissure, and you can get, I don't know, weird totem strangeness fissure.
The giant smiling penis.
Yeah. So I feel like having regular boring rock fissure is just, you know, it's just really not trying. It's just not trying at all. And if you want to talk about not trying, look at Centaur. I mean, just, gosh. Naked Centaur. Running around naked, he should be embarrassed.
Yeah, it's not great.
We're not filling up this pause very well, Ben.
No. I'm trying to click on Medusa to see her items, but it's bugged out on Earthshaker's stuff.
I'm getting Rubik items on Medusa.
Okay, Death Prophet actually has some stuff, though. She's got the ulti as well as these really weird horns. You see those?
I do indeed.
That
is a really nice penis being drawn on the minimap.
Oh, God.
Just quality.
God. So, unfortunately, Medusa... DVOX having some connectivity issues. Robin Sock.
How is overall farm going, do you think, for the 2 teams?
It's really even right now. Necrophos, Death Prophet, and Medusa, as well as Ember, are all tied. Like, actually tied. At, like, between 10,000 exactly and 11,000.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're going to be happy with that. The Centaur's right there as well with 9,500, but Medusa needs a lot more to do things than Ember Spirit does. Like, Ember Spirit can do a lot with a Battle Fury Chrysalis, whereas Medusa, she needs, like, way more items. She needs, like, 3 items, whereas Ember Spirit only needs, like, 2.
Yeah, with a Lincolns and a Yasha, Medusa is basically a wet noodle.
Yeah, she's tanky, but she doesn't do much.
Yeah, and I mean, she can rely on Exorcism and, you know, the Centaur to do some damage, and she just has to tank up and be scary with her Stone Gaze, but she really needs to transition into being a right-click.
Yeah. I'm just going to take a second to see what's going on.
So it looks like we're having even more serious problems. That they're discussing what the eventuality is if he does not reconnect. I don't know what the story is. Sorry for all the dead space, folks.
Yeah.
Ben is concentrating on trying to get this lobby back to normal. It looks like the DVOX is not able to connect back in, and therefore has to, we're gonna have to remake. I don't know. You can remake from a replay, so it will be from, I don't know, say 30-40 seconds ago. So not much will be lost, but hopefully that will not be needed. In the meantime, we will listen to Ben clicking on his keyboard and me rambling.
I'll throw on some...
Ramble.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to alt-tab for a second here. Brad, do your best.
I'm already there, man. I'm rambling with the best of them.
Yeah.
Really, well, not with the best of them. I'm doing a really poor job, honestly, but what can you expect from me?
I think it's fine. Replay Dota 2 wiki. Da, 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 da.
Oh gosh, the Twitch chat is talking about Wincest. That's not okay.
I don't even know what that is.
Think winning and incest.
Oh no.
Yeah, we should not fall into that, friends in the chat. We should avoid that at all costs. So we talked about the statues. We talked about the cosmetics. We talked about the game. War Division. We haven't talked about War Division yet. It's very important during pauses. Pretty basic stuff, really. I mean, you know, rune wards on both sides for Radiant. Yeah. Yeah. It's really cold where I live. I don't know where you guys live, but it's freezing here. Today it was minus 21 with the wind chill. It felt like minus 30-ish. And that's in Celsius because I live in Canada where we understand real measurements. So that's approximately, I don't know, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. No, I realize it's below 32. But I work outside too, so yeah, cold. It's awful.
I'm actually just, for anybody watching in Twitch, please stay tuned. We'll have the game fixed up, and I'm gonna cut the VOD here, and I will cut the VOD and put up part 1 and part 2 of this. So if you're watching on YouTube, there'll be another video containing the rest of the game, hopefully.